Doom changed my life. Or at least, it helped. I slipped down the hill.
Doom is a masterpiece, a work of vision and craft. Doom 2016 shredded the rulebook for conventional shooter design, reinventing the genre that its granddaddy,
Also conveniently named Doom, helped establish back in 1993.
while other games prioritize narrative, precise shooting, caution, and set pieces, Doom focused on fast movement, an intricate web of enemy and weapon design, aggression,
And an uncomplicated power fantasy.
Rip and tear until it is done.
This slogan is Doom's beating, bloody heart, and the inspiration behind it didn't come to developer id Software easily. The Doom we got almost never existed. id Software's first attempt skewed closer to conventional shooter design of the time, with more emphasis on cinematic narrative and realism. This version, nicknamed Call of Doom for its resemblance to its military shooter contemporaries, was abandoned years into development. After a period of painful change, id reoriented, refocused, and pushed forward. Doom's rise from the ashes is chronicled in Noclip's fantastic documentary, Doom Resurrected. The stories it tells of id Software's willingness to scrap years of work in pursuit of quality, of their focus and clarity of vision, are as inspirational as playing Doom is empowering.
Because that uncomplicated power fantasy I mentioned, boy is it uncomplicated, and boy is it effective.
Its brutal combat is chess at white-knuckle speeds, requiring split-second decision-making and lightning reflexes. Its intensity is elevated by an equally brutal soundtrack, a modern metal masterpiece from Mick Gordon. When I'm in the final waves of a demanding fight, as the guitars hammer my eardrums, as the synths wail, no matter what the opposition, I know the only thing to do is to push forward, to rip and tear.
Until it is done.
In those moments, I feel the adversity that plagued the development process. I feel the focus that came to the team as a result. Doom is a typical video game power fantasy, yes, but it is also much more than that. It's a game about adversity, about focus, about overcoming the odds through grit and determination. But more than that, it's about hurting demons. Hurting a lot of demons very, very, very badly, as fast as you f***ing can. In the months leading up to the release of Doom Eternal, I felt as much doubt as I did excitement. I kept asking myself, can new Doom possibly top Doom? To find out, let's take a look at id Software's Doom Eternal in real time. As this is the pilot episode, I wanted to take a second to explain the concept of the series. You see, it's a YouTube series about video games. If you aren't familiar, video games are software, like Photoshop or iTunes, and like software, sometimes they can be broken and terrible. But unlike software, which is used for a purpose, like photo editing or creating a walled garden to build brand loyalty, video games have no useful purpose. Instead, we use video games to create experiences for ourselves. Sometimes with friends, sometimes alone, sometimes for emotional catharsis, sometimes for escapism from our late capitalist cyberpunk dystopian overlords to whom we owe our brand loyalty. I love video games with all of my heart. The only thing I love more than games is talking about the games that I love and why I love them. So I thought, why not make a YouTube video? And then I tried, and it was very hard, and so I gave up. But now, I'm several years older, and I'm going to try again. Games are big. And complicated. Even the small ones are still pretty big and complicated. They're full of details and moving parts, all built to give the player a specific intended experience. Fucking good enough. I think I want to use the guitar one anyway. To understand what that intended experience is and how it was created, I'm going to take you on a guided tour of my experience with a game, sharing thoughts and feelings, as well as analysis of how it made me think those thoughts and made me feel those feelings. I have some ideas of what I want to do with this series. I'd like to do a mini-series following the entire playthrough of a single game, analyzing every inch of it. I'm also extremely interested in emergent narrative design. I'd like to do a series following the emergent story of, say, a character in Skyrim, analyzing how the systems interconnect to create that story. But all of that is very, very hard and will take lots and lots of time. So I'm going to start a bit smaller by taking a look at the sequel to one of the most important games of my life, Doom Eternal, in real time. Okay, just to be clear, Doom was the game that was important to me, and Doom Eternal was the sequel. Okay, Doom Eternal. Okay, sorry again. I just said Doom, and I wanted to be clear that I mean Doom as in Doom 2016, not the old Doom. To avoid confusion like this, in the future, I will be referring to Doom 2016 as Doom, Doom Eternal as New Doom, and Old Doom as Hair Doom because it's from the 80s. Although I don't think I bring it up again, probably because I haven't played it. I mean, or maybe I do, I haven't finished the script yet. I mean, again, I don't think I would because I haven't played it. Alright, I guess I can't go back to the theme again. Sorry, I know you only get one chance to make a first impression, but I promise the rest of my videos won't be like this. Alright, let's fucking sign into Bethesda Net! Yeah, connecting, thing adjusting, brightness slider, fuck yeah, plan, nightmare, fuck, I'm kidding, I wanna have a good time.
Against all the evil that hell can conjure.
Like any good high school essay, we open with the thesis.
Rip and tear until it is done.
As we pan through the inky blackness of space, we intercept some radio channel. Survivors on Earth, begging for help. Then, from behind the horizon, a castle, high above the surface of hellified Earth, watching. Inside, Doom Guy, aided by his trusty computer sidekick Vega, is hard at work, attempting to acquire the Hell Priest signal. And then he picks up his stuff, but like in a totally badass way. We get a glimpse of his face beneath his helmet. We hear one more pathetic plea for help from a human survivor, and then... Okay. Then we're dropped, pretty unceremoniously, into a dark room with a couple of zombies. After hurting them, we get our first tutorial for the
Glory kill.
This mechanic was the sweet, stinky sinew of Doom's push-forward combat, which Eternal builds off of.
When you hurt a demon, but not quite all the way, they glow, indicating they're ready to be hurt very, very, very badly. After you're done doing your art with their body, they burst in a shower of yummy blue healing jewels. You fight, get hurt them, heal, fight, get hurt, heal, etc. That's the loop that makes the push-forward combat concept work. It encourages you to be aggressive, because the best thing to do when you're struggling is to pop open a demon and suck that delicious healing marrow right from their exposed bones. This mechanic introduces the first of the 3 pillars of Doom's resource management system, but I'll get to that later. For now, it's time for... I don't know what it's time for. What's it time for? Is it time for chainsaw?
Chainsaw.
Glowing green, rotating, floating, inviting you to come and claim it. As appetizing and logical as a bone-in pot roast stuck in a wall, this weapon is an instant attack. Aside from the time it takes to create your art, it rips open an enemy, spewing a rainbow of multicolored ammo pickups from their slimy guts. It has 3 charges that refill over time, or by finding very unsafely stored gasoline. Each charge can kill a single fodder enemy, or use all 3 to juice one of the bigger, more dangerous leans. Like the Glory Kill, this is a move that hurts demons and refills an essential resource. In this case, ammunition.
The second pillar of the resource management. I forgot to record this part.
Futz with keybinds for a moment before uploading our consciousness to the demon herding simulator for chainsaw class. Then a little puzzle, the double jump tutorial, and our first
Weapon mod.
I decide to go with the sticky grenade because I'm very, very smart. Give the little guy carrying it a couple of wallops just for old time's sake. Let these dudes have it with my new toy, then advance to the entrance of the first combat arena. But first, I decide to turn around and get lost. Eventually, I find a toy, then return to the arena, ready to rimp and TR. Now, it's my first day, I'm still in training, so please be patient with my wobbly sticky shots and bashful punches. In 30 seconds, I'm out of ammo. Of course, I'm a dutiful and obedient Doom guy, and I paid attention in chainsaw class. So, I reorient, pull out my motorized demon juicer, and makes fucking demonade. Hurting is thirsty work, and a minute later, I'm low again, so I juice up another. We can see here, in the first arena, Eternal is already demanding engagement with their resource management mechanics. With my enemies destroyed, I storm the entrance to dig Neolox's chamber. Take a quick 2-minute break to read about hell barges, soldiers, and imps, learn some very useful and important information, such as that imps are weak to bullets. Then, with my newfound insight into the enemy, I kick down the door, grab Dig Neolox by the throat, show him my cool magic coin, a flash of red, some sort of vision.
Where'd he go? Okay, there he is.
I inspect his head, freshly freed from the tyranny of his body, and exit the facility, slamming onto the surface of Earth. It's bad down here. Everything is destroyed, the floor is lava, and all the skyscrapers look like a bored goth's notebook. And looking guilty as hell, the BFM, the very big man.
Doom Eternal is full of really, really big stuff.
Like the BFM, that stuff is usually in-engine, essentially as physical and real as anything else in the environment. He looks that big because he is that big. Because of this, game worlds can convey massive scale spectacularly. The recent reboot of God of War does some incredible work with this, and must have been an influence on the design of Eternal's big fucking shit. Speaking of fucking shit up, after admiring the BFM, I stick this cacodemon, fuck his shit up, take a little break to read a demonic comic, then run forward, ready to fuck shit up, grab the full auto shotgun, take a little break to learn how to install and equip it, charge forward, armed and ready to fuck shit up, then stop and take a quick teeny little break to learn about objective markers, and then start to see how Eternal is kind of fucking shit up. Up next, I blow up some zombos with a clever strategic maneuver before admiring another BFM. The M stands for Mecha Man this time. Hurt some demons, swing on this big robot's dick.
Then strap on your binder and grab your 3-ring backpack, because this class is bells ringing.
Bells ringing, class is starting, time to learn about...
Arachnotron weak point.
See, it's his little robot dick. Arachnotron's the first heavy demon that we've met. The demons in Doom Eternal are split up into 3 categories. Fodder, heavy, and these jerks. These categories help the player understand the importance of prioritization. Super heavies and heavies are the real threats, and should usually be targeted first. Fodder enemies, as the name implies, should be ignored until the player needs to harvest them for resources. Eventually, the player will have to develop a more nuanced understanding of the demonic enemies, and to prioritize multiple targets within each of these categories. By splitting them into these categories, id Software gently nudges the player in that direction. In this second arena fight, I'm playing more confidently. I'm landing shots better, especially this one, right on the Arachnotron's nasty laser. The one time things get a little hairy, I retreat effectively, and set up a trap with a barrel to stop the Arachnotron. I'm playing smart and aggressive, just like they want me to. I run out of ammo towards the end, that's 2 fights in a row now, so I juice up some lemons and open the way forward. As they say, the gun is greener on the other side. I head up the stairs and grab the
Weapon wheel I mean heavy cannon.
For those counting at home, so far, in the past 25 minutes of gameplay, that's 2 arena fights, 2 guns, 2 big fucking men, and 8 tutorial pop-ups. A teeny little break to customize my HUD, then, with my new toy in hand, I'm ready to... Oh, wait, make that 9 tutorial pop-ups and... Wait, shit. Now I know I missed a secret, gotta fucking... Alright. Alright. With my new toy in hand, I'm ready to hurt some goddamn demons.
Oh, hell yeah. The guitars are here. That's freaking
Doom, baby!
Behold the fruits of our labor.
nice. Some humor, another toy, not like the gun toy, this is an actual, a bit more getting lost, and then wall climbing school, which I skip, because I'm a rebellious Doom guy with no respect for authority. Instead, I try a more direct and wrong route that ends in a lava bath. But my brain starts working eventually, and I move forward to find my old friend, the yellow keycard. Through the yellow door, which leads to the nastiest subway tunnel in the entire kingdom, full of slimy intestines, teeth, fire traps, and an arachnotron that's very mad at me. Maybe he missed his train and he's gonna be late to work. After settling things with him, I'm completely out of ammo and have to dance around this troop's fire to fix that. Really feeling the pressure of the ammo management. Eventually, I top off, find a weapon mod, I choose micro missiles because I'm very, very smart, then turn around and get very lost and hurt trying to find an extra life before giving up and moving on to grab the
Frag grenade.
Conveniently, id Software is now enrolling for its fall semester course in frag management and hurtability, which offers a class in Cacodemon hurting. The Cacodemon, you see, weak to frag grenade. Shoot it. Mouth. Hurt.
Wow, learning's great.
This brings me to two words that I like a lot. Tutorials and complexity. You see, Doom is a complex game. It's about hurting demons, yes, but it's also about getting to know the demons, their likes, their dislikes, their needs and desires, and how to use those to hurt them.
Cacodemons have a sweet tooth, so feed them snacks that hurt them. Or maybe offer some constructive criticism on the fashion choices of a cybermancubus. That Reaper looks like he's under a lot of stress. Maybe you should take some of that weight off of his shoulders.
This Whiplash looks a little emotional, probably because she's the
First female demon.
better helper. Chill.
She's not entirely anatomically correct because we want to be able to use her in marketing images.
There are 24 demons with a combined 17 weak points and weaknesses. This rogues gallery, this mountain of meat waiting to be ripped and torn until it is thwomped, have a certain universal weakness. Bullets. Bullets for the heavy cannon and shotgun, which we've already met. Little blue bullets for the plasma rifle. Rocket-flavored bullets for the rocket launcher. Lots of tiny little bullets for the chain gun. The big unwieldy bullets for the ballista. Super bullets for the super shotgun. And aside from that bad boy, they all have 2 weapon mods. We've seen the shotgun's full auto and sticky mods. And the heavy cannon has my wonderful micro missiles, or a scope, if you want to be a coward, who's dead. The rockets lock on and remote detonation. The plasma rifle's heat blast, and the totally useful, not at all a waste of time microwave beam. The ballista's 2 things. And the chain gun shield, or double mode. And of course, the Doom guy is equipped with much more than just bullets. The chainsaw, which gives you ammo, the flame belch for armor, the creatively named blood punch. See, you punch them, and blood comes out. The frag grenade, the ice bomb, the endgame mega weapons, the crucible and BFG, plus power-ups like berserker and quad damage. Combine all these demons, guns, weak points, equipment, with resource management, and damn, that's a lot going on. That's a lot going on, especially given the speed that Eternal demands to be played. Eventually, these mechanics and systems become second nature, but before we can run, we need to learn how to walk. So, I want to talk about how Eternal handles tutorials. And I want to start by talking about how Doom 2016 and how it handled its toots. Doom introduces its mechanics a little slower than Toot Eternal. It has its own toots, of course, but they don't pause your game and rip you out of the action like Eternals do. Both games, the majority of the mechanics are introduced by the 5th level. In Doom 2016, that's 6 guns and their mods, the frag grenade, the chainsaw, the 3 progression systems, 8 demons, and the double jump. By the same point in Doom Eternal, you have 6 guns and their mods, the chainsaw, flame belch, blood punch, frag grenade, ice grenade, the sentinel batteries for your base, the 4 progression systems, the double jump and the dash, and 13 demons, not including the Doom Hunter, which has been introduced as a boss but not mixed in with the regular fights yet. Here the monk parakeet's so cute! And this doesn't even count tentacles, purple goo, radioactivity, or other mechanics like the gore nests or slayer gates. Each and every one with their own special pop-up.
Doom is like being in a Ferrari going down the road, 200 miles an hour. If you have something to tell me, don't be subtle.
Like I said, Doom Eternal is a complex game about learning. So for Eternal, id decided to speed that process up, teach you what you need to learn faster. Probably because, one, it's a sequel, so lots of people would have been familiar with the concepts from 2016, and two, Eternal has much, much more to teach you. The version of Eternal that toots at the rate of 2016 wouldn't necessarily be better. It might start a little stronger, but I think most players would be put off by its 60-hour campaign.
Paradoxically, what Toot Eternal does to speed things up is stop the action. It takes you aside and very, 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 very patiently explains all the different little things you'll need to pay attention to. Game director Hugo Martin explained on Noclip's podcast that they chose to make the tutorials like this because
The speed of the combat dictates that everything in the game has to be loud and fast and obnoxious, kind of, so that way you could register it in the speed, and it could get the hell out of your way.
Now, this works, or it's effective at what it's trying to do, which isn't exactly the same thing.
as I made my way through the introductory levels, I never once had any trouble understanding what was required of me. The trouble I had came from just trying to pay attention to all of it.
In his video about the lessons developers can learn from the original Doom for his series Game Maker's Toolkit, Mark Brown notes that there are 7 enemies in Herr Doom, which is,
perhaps coincidentally, the number of objects an average human can hold in working memory.
Doom Eternal has a lot more to pay attention to than that. Because all these plates you have to juggle are important, they need to be understood. To be understood, the way they work together needs to be communicated clearly, and, well, the tutorials certainly do that. It works, I guess, but it gives the early game a hitchy stop-and-start staccato feel.
Rip and tear? How about stop and stare at these tutorial pop-ups?
A few toots wouldn't be an issue, but there are so many, because there's so much to teach you, because Doom Eternal is kind of bloated. Sorry.
4 kinds of tokens, automaps, secrets, toys, sentinels, blah, 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 blah. These are basically all brought over from 2016, and they weren't great then either.
Unfortunately, the obviousness of the tutorials contributes to this overstuffed feeling. The 15th time Eternal takes you aside to explain some new mechanic, you start to say,
Damn, that's a lot going on. Okay, that's enough toots. Now, lots of modern games handle tutorials like Doom Eternal. The difference is that instead of being an emotional story about a father and son reconnecting after the mother's death, New Doom is about hurting demons. Right?
one thing that probably hurts is sucking on a grenade. Incidentally, the Cacodemon's weak point is a little too easy to take advantage of early on, but is a great part of a larger combat puzzle in later levels. That's it. Said it was incidental.
A little lava bath, a fun swing on some impossible architecture, a fun little fight, another BFM, nasty Cacodemon, some more keybind futzing because the frag grenade button just ain't doing it for me, some jumps, a quick comic break, meet the tentacle, another comic break, go visit another tentacle but it's not home, big lobby fight, dead. You can see in this fight, the first to give me any real trouble, the slow escalation of difficulty. First, imps and soldiers, then an arachnotron, then 2 arachnotrons. The Cacodemon is introduced by itself, then again, then with a couple little ones, and now 2 Cacodemons and an arachnotron, flanked by imps and soldiers. I have 2 bloated, hungry meatballs slowly advancing on me, a big angry brain blasting me with a laser, and a dozen lemons nipping at my heels. It's intimidating. I make a bunch of bad decisions. I'm not playing great. My first fight goes off the rails almost immediately when I whiff firing a frag at a Cacodemon. I get a second to catch my breath at this imp glory kill, but turning and seeing these 2 toothy twerps spooks me. I immediately start backpedaling, trying to shoot my sticky bombs into the beach ball maws, but I have the wrong mod equipped. Instead of swapping mods, I swap weapons, try to get a frag grenade off, but it's on cooldown, and dead. If my constant keybind futzing didn't communicate this, I'm struggling to handle these controls already. Eternal changes a few of its controls from 2016, most notably merging the use and melee buttons, and, well, it was an adjustment for me. Here, that plus scary bad guys equals loading screen, press space to continue. I warm up for my rematch by practicing my weapon mod timing. But what my real problem is that I thought I could play Doom Eternal with a dot crosshair like I did 2016. That regular crosshair is like useful for exactly the same trouble that you're having with the weapon mod stuff. The second attempt goes a little better. I actually get to pop one of the beach balls, but I try to chainsaw the second, fail because I forgot how the chainsaw works, and get gobbled up. Take 3 starts with a nice cactus snack, but it goes whack when the other one snacks on my back. But, alas, another beach ball cometh. Well, I handle that in stride, chop up an imp, then, a big angry brain scares me very, very badly, dash off, patch up my boo-boos, round the edge of the arena, reposition it. Oh, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit! Fucking running for my life, Sticky the Yankeetron, regroup, and blast him up! I describe this fight in detail because it's the first to be actually challenging. It shows how New Doom forces you to engage with every mechanic. I have to use my equipment well, I have to chainsaw dudes for ammo, I have to deal with heavy demons quickly, preferably by taking advantage of their weak point. After turning off Doom Guy's stupid pain grunts, wonder why they added that. Probably not important, especially not to any points I'm going to make in any future video. I head outside for a breath of fresh air, get in a fight, open a portal, find some scary doors, learn about fast travel, read a comic, then take an elevator up, and talk to some people. Yeah, I'm sure that grunt thing won't come back ever again at any point related to anything going on right now. They tell me that I can't do a bunch of stuff, can't pass through a gate, can't save them, can't interfere, can't resist. At least Vega's positive, taking action, not being a negative Nelly like these jerks. I walk away all badass, and bam! Level end. Fortress of Doom. That's it? I didn't write anything else for that part in the script? Just Fortress of Doom? Okay. Fortress of Doom. Did I forget to mention that there's also a home base with a separate currency that you use to unlock rooms that contain other progression currencies? Fun! Rip and tear, but that is a subject for later. For now, it's over. The video's over. So, like and subscribe, or whatever. I probably have a Twitter by now. That'll be in the description once I make it. It's probably going to be @InRealTime or @_InRealTime. Probably going to have other things. Probably going to make a Patreon if you want to give me money for that. I spent this entire video talking about the first hour of the game, but like, I mean, that's one of the most important parts. The first hour is where you establish everything. Not just the basic mechanics and their toots, which I've talked about some already, but the tone, the character, the setting, the story, which I haven't talked about at all, and then there's the other fun toys to play with, other bad guys to fight. Do they work? Most of it, yeah. It's a good game. I mean, I'm being critical of it in this first video because I don't really think it starts that great, but I am going to continue making. There's going to be a few more Doom Eternal videos. Yeah. I do have to talk about the progression, though. Because it exists. Lots more to say. Lots more to say about Doom Eternal. In real time. Doesn't really work there, but come get your water, idiot. You need a dog to water. You want to hear this? I'm gonna turn it up. Yeah, like that. I just watched her suck up her tongue and whip spit straight into her fucking eye. What a nasty beast. I'm gonna glory kill you. I'm gonna press F to dismember my own dog. Please don't knock over my tripod with your tail. Good girl. Loves drinking water. You see this shit? Dropping it in the shade? For her comfort? Making me walk down this treacherous, slippery hill? No. You're a dog, man. I'm a dang old human. I got all kinds of rights that you don't know about. Religion? You don't even fucking know what... You don't even know what that is. You want to say something in the video? Yeah, well...